Welcome to NewlyTrading.com. News on some of the newest publicly traded companies on the TSXV, OTC, and on the CSE exchanges. Newly Trading is brought to you by TheNewsWire.com, the most affordable newswire service in North America. Get started with your free trial. Today we're talking with Joe Kingma, CEO of Asia Cannabis Corp. Their trading symbol is ASIA on the CSE exchange. Good afternoon, Joe.
Good afternoon.
Joe, maybe we can start with you giving us some background on Asia Cannabis Corp.
Well, Asia Cannabis Corp is an early-stage international agri-technology company. We're focused on Asia and basically primarily Cambodia initially. We've done a technology deal with a company called Implanted Biotechnologies, where we've got the Asian rights for the product, focused along the 4 F's of hemp and of cannabis, which is food, fiber, fuel, and foundation.
Although the company is in the cannabis space, your focus is a little wider than a lot of people have maybe read about. Can you kind of expand on the company's focus?
Certainly. Hemp's been part of the historical record for 2,000 years. And it's an incredible how it's disappeared based on numerous factors, which I guess I won't go into. But the hemp plant is an amazing plant. In fact, it's got so many attributes, not only to medicinal, but as well as to industrial products. And most of the clothes in ancient times were hemp-based, as was paper and so forth. So it was an important part of the cultures of most nations. And it was part of the Khmer culture in Cambodia. Japan, for instance, used to have just like a classification for a hemp grower that would have been along the lines of a samurai warrior, which is interesting to find out as well. So hemp has got a lot more history. Hemp has got a lot of more basis, a lot more products to it, and there's a lot more to cannabis or to what we call hemp than just meets the eye, than just smoking it and thinking it along those lines. You can use it to straw houses if you've ever seen any of those type of structures, and that is in the foundation part. You can also extract and biomass, just like anything else, that you can do fuel out of it. The fiber is the traditional, as we say, hemp clothing, hemp hats, hemp shirts. You're seeing it all over the place right now. And the food is hemp hearts, as well as there's a numerous food groups that can be created from hemp seed as well. So it's an amazing product. It's very versatile. And what we're seeing is a huge interest growing in hemp. And what we've seen lately is some legalization moves down in the States that have really brought hemp and its attributes to the forefront. And we're quite excited about it to be first mover in Asia. And that's the whole thing about Asia Cannabis. First mover advantage in Asia to get us into the space and to launch our company and Implanted Biotechnologies IP in the space of Asia.
What are the key advantages for the company producing product or doing joint ventures or whatever, however you structure it, but specifically within the Asian market?
Well, when we were first doing our research, whether we're going to go ahead and do our R&D in Cambodia, and which we have decided we are going to do, we talked to the local farmers to see what kind of structure that they wanted. They have come back to us and said, well, as long as you can beat the price of rice. The price of rice goes for about 31 cents a kilo down there, and we're quite confident that we can beat that price and provide a higher standard of living to local industry. We're hell-bent on helping the Cambodians set up their own industry along the lines of hemp, such as hemp textiles. Cambodia is known for their textiles, but right now they export their hemp fiber, which is, to another country. It should be a value added.
What are the next steps for Asia Cannabis? What are the milestones you guys are looking to achieve?
Well, first of all, we want to complete the R&D mission to basically figure out which strains are going to be the most productive and which are going to be the most efficient to grow. The price of CBD seeds is skyrocketed, and in fact, high-content CBD seeds are going for about $15,000 a kilo in Colorado right now, anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 a kilo for seeds. So it's quite expensive to get into the business. So anybody that wants to get into the hemp business right now is facing some serious obstacles. And we're very fortunate in the sense of our relationships with Implanta that we've got access to some of these strains. So initially, we're going to be like any other farmer. We're doing R&D. We're going to hybridize the plants and the genetics to see which genetics work the best and grow the best over there to be the most efficient. And then we're going to be seed banking, and basically, which means that you're going to be growing your first crop to get more seeds so that you can multiply out and get up to commercial capacity.
Well, Joe, it's very fascinating. Thank you for taking the time to give us some background on Asia Cannabis Corp.
Hey, thanks so much, and have a great day.
We've been talking with Joe Kingma, CEO of Asia Cannabis Corp, their trading symbol ASIA on the CSE exchange. That's it for this episode of NewlyTrading.com, the podcast. News on some of the newest publicly traded companies on the TSXV, OTC, and on the CSE exchanges. Newly Trading is brought to you by TheNewsWire.com, the most affordable newswire service in North America. Get started with your free trial. NewlyTrading.com and this podcast are solely intended for information purposes. If you're considering investing in securities, always consult a professional advisor. I'm Jim Ripley.